Derek Fordjour decided to create this installation and this project for the Contemporary Art Museum titled Shelter, which is also the name of the exhibition. And the space itself is completely transformed. It kind of places the visitor in the kind of heart of the storm. It's sort of obviously a space that's of crisis, but it's a space of shelter within a place of crisis and impending harm. The entire space is fully sensory overload, immersive in terms of the sound and the way that your body moves in the space. And it's meant to make you feel like you were in this kind of shelter. This space that really could be anywhere in the world. It could be after a specific environmental crisis. It could be before or after or during a war. But this idea that we as humans often have to seek shelter because of all of these conditions that we have created for ourselves in this environment. It creates a space that makes you question the environment that we're living in and the kind of constant chaos and change around us, the unsteadiness of the world around us. I think this space, the shelter that he has created, can be a shelter because of issues of poverty, issues of war, issues of climate. I mean, all of those things are things that we face here in the US and around the world. So I think it is a very timely experience that people can have that will hopefully, encourage people to have more conversations about these issues. Derek Fordjour is an artist who lives and works in New York. He grew up in Memphis, but his parents were both Ghanaian immigrants. And he grew up going back to Ghana to visit family. So he's very connected to Ghana as a place that he feels helps define his identity. But he's also a person who lives in America and is American. So these things all kind of come together to formulate his perspective and his experience in the way that he experiences the world, the way that he travels through the world and space. His work is multi-layered. It kind of opens up to you the further you look and think about it. When you enter the installation, there are many paintings that are very disarming. They're paintings of cheerleaders, people in a drum line, lots of sports-related references. And those are a way to kind of pull you in and create relatability really quickly. But really, once you get in, the conversation is about these ideas of systems of oppression, systems that either elevate people or bring people down. And so there are, again, many layers that he's exploring in the work. The other really big exhibition we have on view is Dusha by the artist Liz Johnson Artur. And this is an exhibition that was originally organized for the Brooklyn Museum in New York. So we're really happy to be able to collaborate with the Brooklyn Museum to bring it here to St. Louis, where the exhibition has expanded. And Liz is an incredible artist who is half Russian, half Ghanaian, was born in Bulgaria, grew up in Germany, and has been living in London for the last 30 years. She is a person that has traveled the world to photograph people. She is interested in capturing kind of the human spirit in photographs and bringing that through to you as a viewer and a visitor.
What you see is something that I've been working on for, I suppose, the last roughly 30 years, and it's work that is based mainly on photography, so you see photographs, but I think what I wanted to bring in is how to live with photographs and where photographs can go once they're in a certain way, not just a matter of looking, but also a matter of touching. So I tried to explore the idea of how to bring people closer to photographs in a certain way. As a human being, my first point of reference, if I need to know something, is another human being. When I need to find out things, and that's maybe me, but I have this idea that if I don't know how things are, I should ask someone who might know. And I think it sounds very basic, but it is how I like to move around life. I like to, if I have a question, ask someone. And maybe it's just a matter of finding out that I'm not on my own. And I think part of this work has to do with the fact that I just want to get close to people. I want to also make them visible. I also want to make sure that they are not, for me, people are not numbers. For me, people are flesh and blood. So I think that's something that I want to bring out in my work.
Something that we are really interested in at the Contemporary Art Museum is thinking about how we can bring artists who are thinking about issues of our time and connecting to the things that we are all consuming and reading and thinking about, and hopefully offering other ways to think about and talk with other people in our lives about the things that are happening.